slide in a minute on this, but basically at the bottom of the screen, there's a little logo that should say participants. If you move your mouse over the Zoom, hit participants, click that, it'll give you a list of all the people who are here. There's 65 at the moment. Click on your name, which would be the first one in the list. Hover over that, click the little more menu and rename yourself to be your name dash company. So in my case, it would be Paul Grand dash MedTech Innovator. And that way our team will be able to move you around from breakout session to breakout session automatically. So very important, please go ahead and do that. I'm going to hand it off for today to today's MC, Catherine Zavala, who's our COO and Vice President of Business Development. Catherine Zavala, take it from here.
Great, thanks, Paul. Hi, everybody. Welcome to pitch event number 6 on our annual road tour. So today we're going to be hearing pitches from startups working on point-of-care diagnostics, laboratory medicine, and pathology. As Paul mentioned, again, just a little bit of housekeeping. Remember to rename yourself, full name dash company. This will help our team move you around when we get to the breakout sessions. So before we get to that, I wanted to give a little bit of context and an intro about MedTech Innovators. So many of you have been to these events all throughout the year, but for all the new ones who don't quite know us yet, MedTech Innovators is the industry's nonprofit global competition and accelerator. We focus on medical device, digital health, and diagnostic companies. And our goal really is to actually select, identify and select the most promising innovations out there and make sure they have the resources they need to be successful, because ultimately we want to see their products make it to the patients where they can improve lives. All the names that you see, or the logos that you see at the bottom here, Johnson & Johnson, RCT, Asahi Intech, Baxter, Dexcom, Fujikura, Edwards Life Sciences, Gore, Jabil Healthcare, Maxim Integrated, Nipro, and Olympus are our corporate partners. Without their help, we probably would not exist. Not only do they financially support our organization and the prize, but they also provide a lot of human capital, and you'll see that today because they are serving as our judges. This slide just gives you a little bit of an overview about MedTech Innovator. This is our 9th year in operation. We've graduated 8 cohorts to date and 340 alumni companies. We actually just had a really great announcement the other day. Informatics, which was one of our mature showcase companies, they were awarded, or actually they raised over $100 million. And so that actually pushes our total alumni follow-on equity funding to $2.4 billion, which is a really great metric that we look at. And altogether, our alumni have brought 75 products on the market. That number is probably much higher nowadays. And we are also happy to see that 13 of our companies have been acquired. And the other thing that I'll mention is that in this year's cycle, we had 1,100 applications. And that's a good segue into our next slide here, which gives a little bit of an overview of our process this year and every year. And out of those 1,100 applications, we've invited, or will invite, 195 companies that will be pitching at one of these events. And out of those 195 companies, 50 companies will be part of our showcase. And that's our overall annual virtual program. And a subset of those companies will participate in the accelerator program. The accelerator program is designed for those earlier stage companies, and they receive a bit more mentorship in the form of one-to-one corporate mentoring. And then out of those accelerator companies, we'll select 5 companies to be our finalists, and they will compete on stage in the finale for the grand prize. But the grand prize is not the only prize. We like to think the program is the prize, and so all 50 companies that get into our program will receive a bunch of resources, and we've outlined them here. One of them is an educational curriculum. One thing to note about MedTech Innovator is we're not a startup boot camp. We definitely work with companies that are a little bit more further along, and we customize the webinars to make sure that we're hitting topics that are relevant to them. We'll also have office hours and workshops, and all very educational, hands-on, and productive for your organization, your company. The other part that I alluded to earlier is mentorship. So from those corporate mentors, we'll set up one-on-one relationships. These these will be goal-driven, and in addition to that, there'll be secondary mentors, and some of the folks at the bottom here that you see, Carta, Experian Group, Greenlight Guru, ICS, Medmark, MTech, Oliver, Healthcare Packaging, Proxima, SVB, Westwood, and Wilshire, and Zymedica. Some of those organizations will provide additional mentorship as well as in-kind services and discounts and perks. And then some other points, obviously being part of MedTech Innovator, you're part of a large community. Not only do you get to interact with our corporate mentors, but hopefully you'll be interacting with each other and supporting each other, cheering each other on. And the last part is recognition and visibility. By being selected as one of our top 50 companies of the year, it's really a great way of showing some distinction and merit. This slide just gives you a brief overview of the year, and we are in the February to April part of our cycle, and this is where we're having these theme-based pitch events. Dan, you're at number 6. So we still have a ways to go because we have a total of 13 this year. By mid-May, we will make our selection for this year's annual cohort. So companies, that's when you can expect to be notified. And then June through October is when we'll actually host our virtual program. And that includes the Wilson-Sonsini Medical Device Conference, which will be held virtually this year towards the end of June, and we'll be sure to have a showcase there. And then in late September, we will be featuring our startups at the MedTech conference powered by ABAMed. And that will also host our finals competition where we'll award our annual grand prize winner. So again, one of the most important things about today is that the companies that are pitching today are going to be pitching an expert panel of judges. Those judges consist of many of our partners. So here on the slide, you can see all of our partners that are attending. You will meet them in your breakout sessions, hopefully in the networking. And then also between breakout sessions, we'll introduce a few of them so they can tell you a little bit more about their organization and what they can do. In addition to our partner judges, we also have a really rich ecosystem of other experts that we've invited to be here. So you'll be in good hands, and I'm sure they'll be able to ask great questions and also provide some feedback during your pitches. I've also put a link up here, the bit.ly /MTI pitch 6. So you can click that and it'll take you to our bio book. We can also post the full link in the chat. And so you can learn more about all of our judges and also our pitch companies. So we're going to switch things up a little bit. Usually, I think in the past we've done our 1-minute pitches, but I think I'm going to go into our judging orientation and just give everybody a little bit of background. This is mostly directed towards our judges, but for our pitch companies, I think it gives you a little bit of insight into what you'll be scored on. So again, this is our March 18th event. Judges, you should have received information to log into your Kobo form from an email from Jerry. If you don't have that email, or if you have any trouble logging in, you can email or you can chat Allie, and she's going to be taking care of any kind of technical issues today. So some of the questions we have, obviously, were you previously aware of the company? It's a really important metric for us. We like to be able to uncover companies that people haven't yet heard of and put them on people's radar. So please answer that question. It doesn't count if you've heard about them last week when you were filling out the preference survey. We're looking for when you've been when you've heard of the company before MedTech Innovator. There's also some boxes for free text. So you can leave your pitch, or you can leave the screen up and write your pitch notes directly in there so you don't have to have multiple screens you're toggling between. We'll send your pitch notes, judges, just before the deliberation at the end of today. Actually, you'll have access to everything you've input, but including your notes. The feedback section is also important. This is some feedback that you want to provide directly to the companies. And so we're looking for constructive things, maybe suggestions for how they can improve their presentation, things that they were missing, things that they should maybe elaborate further on, and other things that they should consider to make them better as they go along. A couple of multiple choice or rating questions. So first is rate the innovation, the technology, transformational, incremental, me too. Not companies that are Me Too incremental doesn't mean that they won't get in. It's just a way for us to kind of gauge that technology. Overall likelihood of success. So this is an important score for us. This is kind of what we use to rank the companies in the short term. So make sure to answer that as well. And then some other factors for likelihood of success. These are all rated on 1 being weak and 5 being strong. So value to patients. Again, some technologies may not be directly related to patients, and that's okay, but we still like to see a score there. Technical feasibility, strength of team, healthcare economics, and likelihood of funding. So would you actually write a check for this company? And then we have some short answers to provide a little bit more context to your rating. I'll let you guys read these as you go along, but the main areas are risk, execution, and validation. And lastly, suggested resources. So companies, as you're pitching, one thing that we'd love to hear you touch upon is how MedTech Innovator can help you. And that means that helps the judges so they don't have to guess, although they may have some other ideas of places that you need some help. And then as we go along in our process, judges may be recruited to help with some further diligence. So please select if you'd like to help with that in this particular company by selecting yes or no. And then, of course, a couple of technical issues with the COBO form. If you press Save Draft, it will save in your browser. So make sure you don't close your browser before you submit. You'll be able to revisit your drafts by clicking, I believe there's a number that appears in one of the top corners, and then you can edit that and submit it. So again, if you have any technical issues with COBO, Allie on my team is the one to chat with. Okay, so now we'll move on to the event, today's event, and featuring these startups. What we're going to do now is invite each of the startups to give a 1-minute, 1-slide pitch about their company. And we do this because, you know, the nature of the event, our judges will only see 5 companies give their full 5-minute pitch, but we want you to get a sense of who else is here. So I'm going to start with AbbVie now. And so companies, you can unmute yourself, and then I'll start a timer and you can give your pitch. So for AbbVie now, we're looking for James.
Hi, my name is James Bates. I am the founder and CEO of AbbVie Now Medical. AbbVie Now Medical is resolving one of the most serious issues of the primary care and urgent care space. Right now, those centers have become documentation collection centers rather than sick treatment centers. AbbVie Now Medical uses artificial intelligence and augmented reality to collect all the information a doctor would need to complete a diagnosis and treatment of a patient, reducing costs for the doctors and eliminating 2/3 of the wasted time that they have, at the same time improving outcomes for patients.
Excellent, thank you, James. Looks like my timer is not set properly, so we'll be trusting all of you to stick to 1 minute today. All right, so let's move on to the next company. That is DeepSpin, and we're looking for Clemens.
Yeah, Clemens. Hey everyone, can you hear me? All right. So yeah. MRI saves thousands of lives each year. However, 5 billion people globally do not have access to it. And why is that? It's because of 3 reasons. MRI systems are expensive, they are heavy and immobile, and they require specialized expertise to be operated. And we at DeepSpin are solving all of these constraints. We have developed a proprietary technology that allows us to make MRI systems 100 times cheaper, usable in any ward, and easy to operate. And we've already proven that our technology works through a digital twin, and we are currently building our first full system prototype. We are supported by leading professors, clinic CEOs, and former Siemens Healthineers top managers. Together, we'll make MRI universally accessible. Thank you.
Great. Next up, we have Hitesh from Intellico.
Hello, everyone, and good day from Down Under. I'm Hitesh, the founder CEO of Intellico. My company is developing a novel AI-driven medical device to diagnose the underlying causes of dyspnea. This is a medical term for the shortness of breath. It's seen in about 30% of the patients who present to hospital emergency departments. That's about 300 million patients worldwide. It has a very high mortality rate, and therefore rapid detection and early start of treatment is life-saving in these patients. What we are aiming to do is to, unlike our competitors who use conventional approaches in the hospitals to provide a subjective analysis, we use an innovative way to use AI and photonics to analyze human breath to create a disease detection platform which provides the clinicians with an accurate answer in 2.5 seconds. And because it can be done out of the hospital, it saves the hospital payers a significant amount of money. We are almost at the final stage of the prototype. We've got patents and trials pending. I have a background in medical sciences and in medtech companies like Abbott and 3M. My co-founder, Johan, is an eminent cardiologist with lots of experience in healthcare AI. And we also have the backing of a strong advisory board. So collectively, we are looking to transform the diagnosis and management of dyspnea. Thank you so much, and it's nice to meet you all.
Thank you. And next up, we have fibrosis, Alessandra. Sorry, advance the slide. Here we go.
Okay, can you see me? Hello. Dear all, thank you for inviting us to present the research and development activity carried on at Fibrosis, a spin-off of company of the University of Salerno, participated also by other researchers from Chieti and Milan. As clearly stated by the company name, our interests are mainly focused on the development of diagnostic and hopefully therapeutic tools that can be used in the treatment of fibrotic diseases. As you know, fibrosis is the final common pathological outcome of many chronic inflammatory diseases, which can lead to permanent scarring, organ malfunction, and death. The lack of disease-specific biomarkers able to identify patients that could benefit of specific therapies has slowed down the development of antifibrotic drugs. Today, we are pleased to present you a promising product that could greatly help in the early diagnosis of systemic sclerosis, whose challenging cure is linked to dysregulated fibrosis. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, next up we have Frizz Biochem, and this will be Andrea.
Hi, good evening, everybody, and greetings from Germany. I am Andrea Kulik, Head of Business Development here at Frizz Biochem, where we have set ourselves the task of developing true point-of-care diagnostic solutions. The pandemic has shown that infections remain a global health challenge and that the current strategies for pathogen detections need to be improved. And this is where our Cycler Diagnostics comes into play. Our unique technology platform truly transfers the diagnostic gold standard, the PCR, from bench to bedside, performs multiplex analysis for viral and bacterial infections in less than 30 minutes, needs no additional laboratory equipment, and can be used without any specialized training, while being secured by more than 20 patents. We are excited to be allowed to be here today and to introduce you to our technology, as well as to identify innovative partners and investors who are eager to collaborate with us and to take the molecular diagnostics to the next level. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Next up, we have Makani Science, and this is Francis.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Dr. Francis Duhay, and I'm representing my company, Makani Science. Each year, 4 million people die in the early postoperative period. A major cause is respiratory complications. The standard care of monitoring, pulse oximetry and capnography, are woefully inadequate. Recent studies have shown that pulse oximetry misses over 90% of episodes of incipient respiratory failure. The Makani Science Monitor is the world's first wireless Band-Aid size sensor capable of measuring both respiratory rate and volume. Accurate, comfortable to wear, intuitive to use, it provides actionable data to permit early detection of respiratory failure. Our team has over 175 years of medical device experience spanning engineering, marketing, clinical, regulatory affairs. We're very happy to be part of the MedTech Innovator event today. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next up, we have Melio.
Hi, I'm Ritu Sana. I am the co-founder CEO of Melio. And at Melio, we are transforming the way bloodstream infections are diagnosed. As an engineer, throughout my PhD, I worked in the clinics and noted that doctors didn't have the right tools to identify infections in a timely manner. And this is a huge pain point across all healthcare settings. Current tests take days, or they identify only a few infections, which often makes them clinically inactionable. And this leads to a lot of overtreatment with broad antibiotics and sometimes even misdiagnosis. And so Melio was founded to solve this problem. We are developing a single test to identify all common bacterial, fungal, and viral infections in under 3 hours directly from the patient sample. And we do this by combining machine learning with molecular diagnostics to enable near patient testing that's comprehensive, fast, accurate, and accessible. And we have an MVP and an ongoing clinical pilot with our partners at UCSD, and I'm excited to pitch, network, learn, raise money, and continue to build our company.
Great. All right, next we move on to Pathology Watch, and this is Dan. Oops, sorry. Skip back.
Wrong one, sorry, Pathology Watch.
Yeah, let me see if I can go back. Sorry about that. Oh, maybe it's the next one. Okay, we'll have to find that slide. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Let's first go to Pathware. Michael.
Hello, my name is Michael Moore. I'm the founder and CEO of Pathware, where we are on a mission to eliminate the time that it takes to get to a diagnosis. And we ultimately do that with the Bioptic unit. This is a point of care imaging tool that allows the physician to get actionable clinical guidance while the patient is still in the room. That's by connecting the pathologist directly with the patient's bedside. And this technology will radically reduce the number of unnecessary surgeries and repeated procedures while alleviating patient anxiety about what's going on inside their body and ultimately leading to increased profitability for our client institutions. And since our founding in 2017, we have grown to 13 full-time employees. We have created 4 generations of this platform that you can see here. And ultimately, we have demonstrated the efficacy of our AI models, all with less than $6 million. We're here today raising a Series A, and we'd love to talk to you all in the networking session after the pitches to see if anyone would be interested in joining us in our mission. Because I think this past year has clearly demonstrated the need for high quality and accessible diagnostic services that meet the patient where they're at in their community. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Sorry about that screen share. Leave it up for a couple more minutes for people to look at. All right. And then next, looks like we have Picture Labs.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yuri Ribinson. I'm the co-founder and CTO of Picture Labs. Picture Labs was spun out from UCLA, and we wish to be a disruptive force in histopathology ecosystem, which generates value for drug development, diagnostics, and personalized health. Picture develops the virtual stain, an AI-based technology that aims to replace the current chemical processing of biopsy sections with a digital equivalent. Our breakthrough technology applies the AI that we developed on images obtained from a standard fluorescence microscope. In contrast to standard histopathology, these tissue sections are label-free. Our algorithm then outputs a digital stained version that can be used for diagnosis by pathologists anywhere around the world or be synergetic with any image analysis software. Unlike standard histopathology, our process is fast, scalable with computing power, allowing multiple stains on the same tissue section, make it highly repeatable, independent of supply chain or human variability. Going towards chemistry-free and promoting green labs and worker safety. Thank you for your attention. Look forward to pitching to you in the 5 minutes round.
Thank you, Yair. Okay, here we go. Back to Pathology Watch. So this one is Dan.
Okay, great. Hey everyone, I'm Dan Lambert. And we're an AI-enabled quest or lab core for the $17 billion pathology diagnostic space, specifically around imaging. We started with dermatopathology. We capture samples that are coming out of dermatology clinics. We run them through our lab and AI. We bill insurance for the reads. We have insurance coverage in about 40 states. And we push those results back into the dermatologist's EMR. So we're an end-to-end digital and AI workflow solution for this industry. We're at 2.5 million ARR and growing very fast. 50 dermatology clinics are sending us samples. We've improved the turnaround time, and we've improved margins by about 80% by using AI. Look forward to talking to everyone.
Thank you. Okay, next we have Retia Medical. I hope I pronounced that right, and Mark.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great, sorry. Hi, I'm Mark Zemmel, CEO of Retia Medical. I co-founded Retia to help clinicians improve outcomes for high-risk patients. Older hemodynamic monitors in this $4 billion market have not been consistently accurate, are hard to use, and have high costs, so they're not routinely used. We solved these problems and validated our monitor on the toughest patients. After FDA approval, our first sales were to 3 of the top 5 hospitals in the US. Now we have the CE mark, a $4 million run rate, and a $20 million pipeline. This is a 90% margin business that can save hospitals millions of dollars by helping them prevent costly complications. Now we are raising $15 million to help us take over this $4 billion market. We expect multiple exit possibilities for our investors. Retia means vascular network. We have a rapidly growing network of clinicians and expert professionals who are dedicated to revolutionizing care for our high-risk patients. With half our round reserves, I invite you to support us on this rewarding journey. Thank you.
Great. Okay, next up we have SoftCell. This is, I believe it's Mark or Alan.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you very much. I'm the clinical director of SoftCell Medical and a consultant orthopedic surgeon specializing in trauma. What you're seeing here in front of you on the screen is an invasive monitoring system. I should say a minimally invasive monitoring system, which is exceptionally versatile. It's based at looking at cellular monitoring, real-time cellular monitoring of essentially any organ you wish to insert this probe into. It comes pre-packed sterile, it's pre-calibrated, it's disposable, it's very affordable, and it has multiple clinical uses. It's all based on my research over the years, and we're using it to look at all fields of surgery, intensive care medicine. In due course, it'll end up being at the roadside and perhaps even on the battlefield. It is a very highly versatile system with multiple uses. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, next up we have Steradian Technologies, and this is Asma.
Hi, my name is Asma Mirza. We are based in Houston, Texas, and what we've done is developed a portable single-step diagnostic test. It's a field unit that can be used anywhere, but the really interesting thing is that we were able to kind of hack what PCR does with genetic amplification or biomarker amplification. So we have a proprietary optics portion in here. And what it does is anytime we are looking at a pathogen or biomarker of choice, the photons that biomarker or pathogen gives off, we can amplify it at the speed of light. And so not only now are you getting a qualitative positive or negative, but you are also getting the viral load concentration or the pathogen load concentration in somebody's breath. And actually just this past week, we were announced as the grand prize winners for X Prizes COVID-19 rapid testing challenge. So we're really excited to bring something that will create a lot of accessibility, something that's high tech, but it costs $14.17. So as a global health practitioner, just the availability of this everywhere is something that we are really excited about. And I'm really excited to talk more about our novel photonic amplification in the pitching round. Thank you.
Wonderful. Congratulations on that X Prize. Next up, we have ThinkSono.
Hi, everyone. My name is Fuad from ThinkSono. Say next slide, please. Do you have another? There should be 3, no?
Oh, I only have the first one. Apologies for that. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's fine. That's okay. We do ultrasound AI, and we've developed the first software in the world to detect blood clots. And so a nurse with our software and their small handheld ultrasound machine, which is already available, can detect blood clots in 15 minutes, perhaps. And that simplifies the diagnostic pathway, which takes currently between 6 to 24 hours. So we do it in 5 minutes, pretty much, or maybe 15 minutes, which saves time and money for hospitals. And it's literally an app you can download on your phone. If we had the right slide up, then you could have seen what it looks like, but unfortunately we don't have that. But that's fine.
Well, we'll have some lucky judges who will actually get to see it in your pitch round. But thank you for that. All right, and so our last pitch company today is Vi or Vi?
It's Vi, and this is
Vi.
John from Vi. We're an artificial intelligence software company, and we've developed a powerful set of algorithms using mathematical models called Bezier curves that reliably characterize nuclear shape. It's turning out to be a game-changing tool set for several areas, primarily oncology, but several other diseases where data is either unavailable or it's difficult and time-consuming to collect. We've partnered with a major specialty lab and a world-class cloud player. We're in the process of rolling out our second generation solution, and we're really here today to seek some additional partners and a tranche of capital to push our market entry forward.
Excellent. Well, thank you to all 15 companies. Those were great 1 minute, 1 slide presentations. Obviously, everyone's looking forward to learning more. Before we get into our breakout session, I wanted to kind of introduce a couple, or actually, I'll introduce my team, and then I wanted to also introduce one of our partners that's here today. So let me quickly stop the share first. You guys all met Paul Grand, our CEO and founder. We also have Brian Benson, who's our VP of Strategic Alliances. Brian, if you want to
Hi,
say
everybody.
hi.
Pleasure to meet you all today. Excited for the presentations and always looking forward to the insight from our expert judges and the engaging networking. Thanks.
Great. And we also have Jerry Giolino, who's also our flight controller today. So he'll be making sure everybody gets to where they need to be. Jerry?
Hi, everyone. My name is Jerry. If you have any issues today in your breakout rooms, be sure to come back to the main room, and myself or Allie can help you get sorted out. Otherwise, have fun, and we hope you enjoy yourselves.
Great. Thanks, Jerry. And also he alluded to Allie. So Allie, you want to say hi?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Allie Zimnock. I'll be helping out with any Kobo issues or any technical issues that you're having. So please message me on Zoom or send me a text message. My number is listed next to my name here.
Great. In addition to our full-time staff, we also have some incredible fellows. So first I'm going to introduce Uni. She's been with us for over a year now and was just promoted to senior fellow.
Hi, everyone. Really excited to be here and looking forward to all the pitches today.
And in addition, we've added 3 new fellows. So I'll start with Cynthia McKee.
Good morning or afternoon or evening, everyone. My name is Cynthia McKee, and I'm looking forward to all the pitches today. Thanks.
And then we have Eugene.
Hello, everyone. Eugene Yoon, and also looking forward to hearing from you all today.
Great. And then lastly, we have Glenn.
Howdy, excited to be here and to see what everyone's put together. Looking forward to a great day.
Awesome. So you guys will get to meet all of our team members during the rooms. Before we go into the breakout sessions, a couple, tips. So when we go into the breakout sessions, judges maybe take a moment to introduce yourselves. There might not be a MedTech innovator person in every room to moderate. So if you could just take over that and introduce yourselves before the pitch companies. And then secondly, we want to make sure that everybody can get questions in. So for judges, obviously moderate yourselves and make sure that everyone who wants to ask a question is able to during the Q&A portion of each of the pitches. So before we go into that, I wanted to talk briefly and also invite one of our partners to talk a little bit more. This is BARDA. So MedTech Innovator is one of the 13 accelerators that are part of the Drive Accelerator Network. Many of you have probably heard of BARDA. They are the Biomedical Advanced Research Development Authority, and they've certainly been in the news quite a bit for all their work they've done for the COVID-19 pandemic. I have their link here at the bottom for you to learn more. For our startups that are here, there's a lot of funding opportunities that are provided through the Drive Network, and I've listed some of those here on the right. Enact, COVID-19 response, solving sepsis, Beyond the Needle, Redirect, and their the newest area of interest, which is immune chip. And so if you subscribe to our newsletter, you'll be hearing about those funding opportunities. We also will reach out to some companies that we think would be a good fit and make sure that they are aware of those. So I want to take a moment to introduce the BARDA team that's here. I'll start with David Winter.
Hi, yeah. I'm David Winter. I am the project manager for the now BARDA Accelerator Network. We're expanding beyond just our Drive division. I'm fairly new to the team. I've only been here 8 weeks, where I came from NIH, a small institute you may have heard of also on the East Coast, where I ran the Innovative Immunology SBIR review, as well as the Cellular Molecular Immunology review sessions.
Great, thank you, David. And we have a couple more people on your team. If they want to just quickly say hi, Abid. Are you available? Maybe Abid's on mute.
Oh, sorry guys, I didn't realize it. Hi.
There we go.
Hi, it's nice to meet everyone. Good luck to the pitches, and looking forward to the networking session afterwards.
Excellent. And then we also have a couple more people from BARDA. Rowan is here as well.
Hey everyone, looking forward to seeing everyone's pitches and connecting and networking.
Great. And then we have Pageman.
Hi, I'm Pageman. I'm a subject matter expert contractor advising BARDA on diagnostics and wearable devices.
And then I also see Jennifer is here as well.
Hey everyone, I'm a newer recruit and I got roped into this. No, I'm just kidding. This is great. So I'm part of the Drive Solving Sepsis team, infection severity, and we're interested in diagnostics. Thank you.
Great. So we're really excited to have them all here. It's been such a pleasure to be part of this network. And for startups, I certainly think that you should visit the website and see what opportunities are available to you. So with that, I'm going to check in with Allie. Allie, are we ready to go into our first breakout session?
It's me, and yes, we are.
Sorry, Jerry.
I'm going to open them up right now. Yeah, so when you
Thanks, Jerry.
get a breakout room on your screen, just go ahead and accept it, and you'll be set.
Perfect. All right, see everybody in the break.
Okay. Phyllis, hi. I don't have you on our list. Trying to figure out where to place you. Are you with one of the teams or?
I'm from Quito.
From what?
Quito.
Quito.
Thomas Vogelsong will vouch for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I don't have to be here. I'm going to go through all the things, but we're a potential investor.
Gotcha. Do you want to be in the same team? Like, do you want to be in the same room as him and see the same companies, or?
I thought they were giving 1-minute presentations. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, that just ended like a few minutes ago.
Well, then
Yeah.
I'm done because I have the presentations and I don't have